When does a good thing becomes too much of a good thing? For example, horsepower. If we're accustomed to get a certain doses, you better not decrease that doses for that specific car. And that is exactly what happened to us from 2021 to 2022. All Mustangs with the Coyote motor lost 10 horsepower. Could we gain that horsepower back? Let's find out. So we are about to take out this car, just bone stock, and do a couple runs and see what we get, what type of acceleration numbers we get now. For this, I'm only gonna have 2 runs. I'm gonna have a 40 to 100, and then we're gonna do an 1/8 mile test. You know, one shot. You only get one shot, unless you miss a gear, obviously. But if you run, whatever time you run, whatever it is, we're gonna see what it does stock, and we're gonna see what it does without the carbon trap. Now, if you're not familiar with what the carbon trap is, it came standard on all 22 Mustangs and up. So for 2021, when this car debuted, it was rated at 480 horsepower. For 22 and 23, it was rated at 470 horsepower. So how do we lose 10 horsepower? So right here inside this intake, there's a little carbon trap that we're gonna remove. We're gonna see, what type of results we get with it in it and without it. Because there's a lot of, controversies. You do gain horsepower. Tony's Garage, great channel. He owns a Mach 1. I'll leave a link down below so you can see. He actually removed that and gained 18 horsepower to the wheels. So I want to see if, we do that. Is actually the car any faster? So that's what we're here to test. Alright guys, so we're gonna get to work, and we are going to remove that carbon trap. So basically you have to remove the intake as best as possible, and then remove 3 taps with a screwdriver, and should be good to go. So let's get to work. Alright guys, so there it is. You can see it right there. That's a carbon trap. Alright, so through a little bit of a bottle, I was able to get it out a little bit, some scratches and stuff, but most important thing is just to remove this. Alright, so now all we have to do is slide this thing, line it up with the Mach goes. Put it back into place. That's it. It's back. Okay, so everything is back to order. I put everything back, as you can see. Very important, make sure that you guys put the tool back if you own a Mach 1 or 22 or 23 Mach 1. These tabs are very simple. Do not be intimidated by this. All you got to do is just press and pull. This one just slide up and then pull back and just come out. Super simple. This is super simple. And so it's a little bit of patience in order to remove the cone from inside. It took me like 10 minutes or so, because you gotta make sure that the screwdrivers and go in, and don't be afraid of scratching a little bit of the plastic, because that is perfectly normal. Most important thing, as you can see, is that we got back our 480 horsepower. Yeah, because this thing is a restriction. On Tony's garage, he picked up 18 wheel horsepower just removing this, which is nice, man. It's a big difference. So we already got numbers for the first run. Now we're gonna go out and test out the acceleration without this thing and see if it actually makes a difference in the real world, or if it's something, for dynos. I think it feels a little bit better, a little bit more responsive, which makes sense. We're removing restriction from, improving the airflow of the car. So, might be mental, Again, these things are so hard to account. That's why we're doing this test. That's why we're here in Mexico, and we're gonna see if we actually get any better acceleration. We get any better numbers. We know that you pick up horsepower, at least on the S550. Like I was referring before, Tony's garage was able to pick up 18 wheel horsepower, which is pretty significant for just removing a little filter. It's just awesome, man. It's just cool. It's very cool that we get to do this. It feels good to have, knowing that you already got 480 horsepower, just like the 21 Mach 1. Because if the car came out with 480 horsepower, you surely want those 480 horsepower. So I surely want that power back. Okay, so now for the results. First, let's analyze the 40 to 100 mile per hour. This is bone stock with the carbon trap. Now let's see what we get without the carbon trap and that intake. Okay, so let's analyze the results. First, bone stock with the carbon trap, we got a 7.49 seconds from 40 to 100 miles per hour. Then, after removing the trap, we got a 6.75. So that will be a 0.74 second improvement from 40 to 100 miles per hour. Pretty incredible if you ask me, for something that only takes 15 minutes to remove. Okay, so now let's analyze the results from the 8th mile run. So on the left we have the stock 8th mile run, which it was terrible. I did a burnout coming up. I thought that the launch control was on, and apparently if you have traction control off, launch control does not engage. So I pretty much thought that it was gonna kick in, and I just did a burnout. But again, it was just only one run, and it ran at 8.99 at 87.51. All right, so for the second run, without the carbon trap in it, it ran an 8.89 at 88.59. It picked up about a tenth, but again, the launch wasn't ideal. It was my second time in the car, bugged completely. Not making excuses, I'm just telling you, this car obviously runs way better numbers than this suggests. But you know, it picked up a mile per hour, a little bit over a mile per hour on the 8th. And if you notice, the DA was a lot worse when I did the 8th mile run. So pretty good improvements, and you're just gaining, you know, the horsepower is actually showing on the acceleration runs, which is pretty cool. All right, so indeed we did get faster for 15 minutes of our time, and knowing that we got those 480 horsepower back, it's awesome. Keep in mind, we got, obviously the launch was horrific on both launches, so ignore the numbers are trash. They do not represent what this car is capable. That was without a burnout, that was just whatever, just send it. Plus I'm not a professional driver. But keeping in mind that the conditions when we ran it, when it was completely bone stock with the carbon filter, it was actually cooler than when we ran it after. So taking that into account, a mile, almost 90 miles per hour, it's pretty good. Can't complain for just basic hand tools and nothing, you know. For free, you got a faster car. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Alright guys, so if you like this video, like always, please give it a big thumbs up. If you learned something new, please consider subscribing. And I have a lot more videos planned for this car and future things that we're gonna do to this car in order to keep it you know, nicer and do a few things. Alright guys, so take care, peace. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.